filmmakers that I want to introduce. First, let's start with Lorenzo Leonard. Now, you like to be called Leo, correct?
Um, Lorenzo's fine, but if
Okay.
you know what, you can call only one can call me Leo.
Oh no, I will call you Lorenzo because I'm Marguerite and I love pretty names, nice
Yeah,
names like
it
that.
flows well.
It does, it really does. So Lorenzo Leonard is an actor, producer, and writer known for Creed 2, Into Tartarus, and Self-Help. Did I pronounce that Tartarus? Is that correct?
Into Tartarus.
You
It
can
me-
always,
yeah, into Tartarus. Tartarus means the dungeon because the characters were kidnapped and literally thrown in a dungeon.
oh, wow, that's amazing. Okay. And you
Yes.
did Self-Help. And Leo also did The Girl on the Mountain. And today, now Leo's been on the show before, and we're going to be talking about the movie An American Hun Story because there's some good news. It's progressed, and we're going to get updates, and that's exciting. So, Leo, I'd like to welcome you back. And also, we have with us
Thank you.
you're welcome, his partner in the project, Teli, who has been writing stories since before the age of 5 and is a producer and director for this project. Now, through his hard work and determination, Telly established From the Earth Productions in 2009, an independent film production company, and Telly began writing, directing, and producing films with a group of like-minded friends, one of them being Lorenzo, and the rest is history. And first of all, welcome to you both for being here.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
having
for
us.
having
You're
me.
awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You let the goddess get away with so much. You know, I just like to have fun. But now the project, the American Hun story, I have to know, how did you guys get together for this? Tell me, because it's an amazing, fun project.
I think it's a funny story, and obviously Telly should interject as well. But we are always thinking of, what can we do? What's the next project we can do? So we were actually going to Las Vegas to shoot our project that's coming out after this called So You Think You Can Act, which is about actors and what they really go through, all about the unions and an audition process and kind of like a competition show as well. So we were going to shoot there and we were throwing out ideas. And our other partner that's not here is Henry Hugh. He's also does many hats on all the projects that Telly do and myself as well. But we were talking and joking around and talking about those old cheesy 900 number ads that would come on at like midnight, and they would be like, "Hello there, Lorenzo. Are you bored? Wanting to have a little fun tonight?"
Oh,
Well, so we were just joking that wouldn't that be a fun thing just to do on social media. So then we finished our projects talking about it, and Telly, he's very organized, very good at getting things started. So he said, "Hey, Lorenzo, why don't we do this? Are you able to write something?" So we did, and we started doing it on social media, and then small little 60-second clips. And then Telly's like, "I think we could do this into a feature. I think it'd be just a fun movie people can watch, maybe a men clientele specifically, and just have a good time. But also, what if you're watching something and it's eye candy, but also providing real world advice?" So that's how it all started. And maybe Telly wants to interject something into that as well.
yeah, well, we were talking about this a little bit before he came on about the women aspect, and I let him know I love that. So I want to ask Tully, tell us what it's like to direct all these wonderful women that are great, talented actresses and beautiful women. That can't hurt. Tell us about that.
So, well, the whole thing about the Hun lady was these are kind of Mr. Hun's special like agents, sort of, and they all have these special power where they help these men get through hard time, which this is like our ideas of special agents, but looking sexy and going out around the world and helping people who need help. But then their help actual helps, which is like put a sexy twist to it.
Yeah.
So
Would you classify
direct,
it like a
yeah.
comedy drama?
Yes, it's a comedy. It's like a fantasy comedy or
Yes.
a comedy fantasy, like because there's these superpower and special effects and stuff. But the ladies are supposed to be like fantasy ladies. They're not real ladies. So they appear and they disappear under the command of like this mystical character called Mr. Han.
Mhm.
And directing these ladies, oh, I mean, some
Very
of them,
professional people.
yeah, they're very professional. They're very dedicated. We've met some that didn't really understand.
That was so
Some of them
funny.
got a little scared and
Yeah.
like,
And Teli pulls me aside and goes, Lorenzo, some of them can't be sexy. Can you talk to them?
Oh, that's
So
funny.
not all of them, but there was one or two off camera. I'm going, yeah.
Well, yeah, and Telly was doing his share because I was telling him I went on and saw your helping them, direct them, and he got on the bed and like you were doing all those great movements. You're a really good director, Telly. You get right into
Thank
the
you.
thick of things. So both of you had to, because women, I'm so glad to hear women aren't raised like that anymore. And they're raised to have broader experiences. So the guys have to show that to be sexy. That in itself would be a comical movie. I mean, that is cool. So
Yeah, and Teli is a good director because he's what's good about him is he never lets his emotions run wild. So he's always like in the middle, because filmmaking could be like getting divorced. It just could be so hectic. And he's always, in the middle, so he doesn't get upset, but he's able to organize everybody. So that's why he's such a, if you need a job, if you have a film you need directed, you should call Teli.
I just don't want to waste people's time because people take time out and everybody get together. Everyone's time pressures. I want things get done so everyone can see things finished. And
well, who's the biggest and best organizer? Because you have to be organized to accomplish that. Who's best at that?
Teli, 100%.
I think it's a collective effort. I can't take credits for everything.
I think we have good hats. We're like Teli, he can get it going and organized. He'll set a date for us to shoot for things. And then me, I'm really good at writing. So if he gives me like the idea, let's do American Hunt Story, I'll write it. And then I can get that turned out pretty fast. And then collectively, his brother will do rewrites. That's another thing we have to, his brother who does the visual effects, he does special effects, he does editing, he composes the music.
Now he's the one who couldn't make it today, correct?
Yes. He was helping on another project.
Okay, but no, I know I was going to mention that I really appreciated the amount of special effects and how well they were done. So please let him, pass that on to him because, before we go any further, let's take a minute. I want to show everybody the trailer of American.
Hi, I heard about 1844 Hun for fun, and honestly, I'm really looking for some fun. Definitely call me back. Thank you so much. Saw your advertisements.
Hey, loser. Just calling to remind you to have a crappy day, and I hate you, and I hope you trip and fall and break your face. Bye.
So that's what I want to do for my kids. Leave them a legacy.
Life insurance.
Please, I'm sorry. I'll get it resolved. But can you just please help me?
Oh no.
You're gonna pay for my house, my car, my traveling, my jewelry.
No grudge. No anger, no apathy, no defiance, no frustration.
For fun.
アメリカ人のコマーシャルバカバカしいけど
I'll fix you up, honey.
How long did it take you to do the film with all the things going on? Was this in between COVID that you got stuck or anything?
we we, we got pretty fortunate. I remember Kelly the last day we shot, and then he calls me the next day and says, we're in a pandemic, and we had just wasn't it Telly, like the last day was at my house with filming Bella, our dog, and the last actress who was dancing, and it was literally the day before the pandemic.
Yeah, and then we went to Danny's that night.
Yes.
And that was the last time we had in a restaurant, and then the next day the whole town shut down.
Well,
it was really interesting.
Well, you got really lucky to be able to do that. I was supposed to have a premiere for my movie in May, and at Warner Brothers, it never happened because of the pandemic. So I'm glad I'm glad that you were able to do it. So about how long would you say that it took to shoot?
What do you think, Teli? Was that
the way we shot this is a little bit unconventional, because we shot all the Han ladies, like the infomercial stuff first, and then we were pondering what we can do with them, and then we started shooting these additional footage where it has storylines that will complement with all the previous contents already. So that took some planning and some shooting, and that was all the way until right before the pandemic. And then during the pandemic, we had to do some pickup, like some additional shots with some specialists, because we actually have professionals in this movie giving advice. So we had to do those through Zoom, like, because it kind of worked for the trend. Like everyone was doing Zoom, so it kind of worked out. So we were doing that during the pandemic, and we put that together. We had some screening, and then we had to went through some focus group and reevaluate.
Yeah, we did a focus group online. We did a focus group.
How amazing! How did that go? How did that go, Lorenzo?
Very good. Yeah, it was very, very helpful actually, and we changed a lot of we changed some of the film based on the reactions and viewpoints and on considerations they had.
That's a really good idea. You're both very clever to do that. Now, I'm going to ask both of you now. First of all, Teli, if you had to share with us, what was your favorite part of doing this? What was your best memory from doing this? Can you pick something that you can share with us?
The best memory, I'll have to say it's the pre-production. That time we was stuck in the car driving to Vegas, with just brainstorming this thing, and to think back all the way, like how y'all begun. It was kind of amazing. Like from that idea, we're running in our head, we're talking in the car, to like right now talking to you about this project. I'll say that fond memory is the best in the car.
Well, that's real. Yeah, just things like that. Now, let me ask the same thing of you, Lorenzo. What was your favorite part that you came away with?
For me, it's the beginning. Right when you have an idea and you move forward, that as soon as that first step is taken, that's always my favorite part, because I've learned with working with Teli and doing filmmaking that a lot of people want to do it. Everyone wants to make movies, but very few people actually move forward. They let their life get in the way, or they don't have the black magic camera, they don't have this, they don't have that. And we don't do that. We get an idea and we go forward with that. If this is the only camera we have, well, we're going to do the best we can to make it the best story and the best film based on what we have. So I love that it's just that first day we get an idea, and then just it goes in that day one, and it makes me smile, like, wow, we're doing it. We're not letting those hurdles get in the way.
Well, that is really a nice thing to hear because it's so true. A lot of people let fear get to them.
Yeah,
And
they have fear. It's not good. I have a friend that that just wants to make his own movie, but and it's hard to get started. And
yeah,
that's the message everyone should go with is you can make a movie on your cell phone. They have cell phone film festivals. Music videos are just shot on cell phones. You can get the most amazing lenses for your cell phone. Even the new iPhones now have a cinematic. You know how they have photo, video, slow mo. There's now cinematic on there, so you have every opportunity now at your disposal to make your dreams happen in filmmaking.
well, I was going to ask you later what advice you had to give. I'm not going to ask you that question because you just answered it perfectly.
Yeah, just don't give up, keep going. And
Yeah.
don't, and you can't compare yourself to others too, because this is a different entertainment world we live in. Sylvester Stallone has a brand new movie out, awesome movie. It's on Amazon. 10 years ago, it would be at the box office.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Telly, tell us. That's the next important part, and the reason you're here to share about the streaming. So tell us about where it's streaming, how people can see it, and how you got to that process.
Yes. So we were very lucky that the film got picked up by at least two popular streaming platform, the Amazon Prime Video platform, and also Tubi TV, which is free. So you can just go there and search the title American Hunt Story, and you can find it and you can just watch it. And so we use a service called Film Hub, which you set up an account. To get an account, you just go there and you set up an account. It's very user friendly for independent filmmaker. It gives very good outlet chance.
Thank you for sharing that, because I was wondering about that. I had received emails and ignored them, but now I'm going to check that out.
Yeah, they're legit. I mean, they actually get your film onto some very good platforms. If you because it's like you bring your film to them and they check your quality. They tell you like what you need to give them. So you provide them all the data, the metadata, and then they will just submit your project to the platforms that will want to take. So your title will get onto platforms that people will actually want to watch.
Wow,
And they actually picked us up on many other platforms. It's actually a total of 6 platforms. There's one in Brazil. There's a new streaming service on cell phones called One Media TV, I think it is.
Wow.
And there's many others that are because streaming is getting so popular that now everyone's kind of trying to do it. So there's a total of 6 streaming services, platforms that picked up the film, which is super exciting.
That's wonderful. Congratulations.
Yeah, and all this is it started from doing short films. You do those short films, submit them to festivals, and you learn a lot about filmmaking, and you get connections with learning all this stuff. So there's really no excuses for anyone to do it. Professional, they were well paid, and it shows in the movie.
Oh yeah, there's the number in this film that keeps popping up.
Yeah,
it's 1844 Hunt for Fun.
1844 Hunt for Fun. It's a real number.
Yeah.
Really?
We were talking about how when Ghostbusters came out, their number was real. And they thought, what if we put the number out and people call it for marketing? So we said, why don't we do the same? So they got the number. So call 1844 Hunt for Fun.
Well, they must love you. You should get some money from them for doing that. So about your suggestion, and I want to ask you, Telly, what would you suggest to people that want to get into the filmmaking industry? Maybe they're younger, they don't know what to do. So what would you say to them?
I would say this is a good time. Like in terms of equipments, technology has really made everything possible. And as far as the platform, there's so many platforms. You will have a chance to have your project exposed to the public
example, look at the Blair Witch Project, what they did. They changed the planet.
Exactly.
This small little movie made $200 million.
Jeez, that's it. You never know. So you just have to keep going. I mean, you guys are giving some really good advice and you're very inspirational. And people need
Well,
to.
it comes from you. You're just so wonderful. Maybe we'll make a sequel, American Hun Story. Marguerite.
Oh, yes. Give the older women a shot.
That's right. We'll call it Cougar Edition.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. And I've got some great ideas for making us look good with costume design. So I'm good at that. You know, now this is just amazing to talk to you two. And before we go, I want to ask you, what is the best way for each of you? Teli, you can tell us first, and then Lorenzo, to get in touch with you if they want to contact you about anything.
The best way will be social media, say Instagram or Facebook. You just search From the Earth Production.
Okay,
or From the Earth.
From the Earth. Okay, what I'll do is I'll have that in front here so that people will know to go right to it. And how about you, Lorenzo?
Well, I like to have everything because some people like this and some people like that.
Yeah.
So first you could, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Lorenzo Leonard. And I have my website, lorenzoleonard.com, or you can email me, leonardproductions@yahoo.com.
Dear God, I need a vacation.
Right, you need it all. They like this, he likes this, she likes this. But right now, if you're an American, you got to watch American Hun Story.
American Hun Story, and it's wonderful. And
You
I
can laugh, see some eye candy.
yes, I see wonderful things for it in all your projects because you're both talented and creative, and your collaborative effort is really where it's at too, because you can't go wrong with that joint talent. So thank you very much for bringing us up to speed. I look forward to getting to see that. I'm going to sign up on Tubi. And I want to wish you continued good health. I had cataract surgery. I want to preserve what I have.
Oh, yeah.
I can actually see people now and drive at night. It's scary. Okay, everybody, thank you again. I love you both. Continued success. Everybody, subscribe and keep watching. Take care. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.